2,000 people we have helped break into medical device sales here at New to Medical Device Sales. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has allowed us to be a part of your journey. And it's been absolutely amazing to see over the last 2.5 years of all the people we've been able to help not only break into medical device sales, but also be able to go and thrive in medical device sales. It's been amazing to work with individuals with no clinical experience, no sales experience, no background of any sort in sales or medical device sales. We've been able to show that you actually don't need it, that you can get the job by doing the job and being able to do it the right way. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you to every single person who's allowed us to be a part of your journey.
I would not be where I am today without Jacob and his program.
And I broke into medical device sales using Jacob's course.
Jacob's course is just that resource.
Definitely one of the best investments that I've done for myself.
Jacob McLaughlin is the mentor you didn't know you needed.
And I can honestly say it's changed my life forever.
Can't wait to help more people break into medical device sales, and can't wait for the next several thousand people we help over the upcoming years. Hey everyone, I just want to take a moment and say thank you so much for all of the support. As you guys saw, we just got over 2,000 people broke into med device sales. It means the absolute world. And I am so excited to give you guys the big announcement. After running our new numbers, we now got people hired. It was 8.2 weeks at $94,478. Now I'm proud to officially say it's 8.5 weeks. So even though, yes, it went up just a little bit, but 8.5 weeks. But that's because our average person in 2024 is now coming in not at $94,478, but at $105,502. It is such a cool thing to say. So proud of everybody we've worked with, but also proud of our team, proud of what we've been able to build here. And now we are no longer just trying to break you guys into med device sales. We are here to get you in at med device sales, where our average person is coming in at over 6 figures. We're still doing it in about 2 months, and it's the best. So I am so excited. I want to say thank you to every single person, but it's a big announcement for us. I want to say thank you to everyone who's allowed us to be a part of the journey. If you guys are new here, the one thing I always say is you can go back and look at all these testimonial videos, go to our LinkedIn, go to our Instagram at New to Medical Device Sales, and you can see us just posting all of the continued content. You can see all the proof for yourself. And if you guys want to learn more, you can press the link below and you can click and learn more. You can schedule a call, and you can also just go see all the testimonials that we've been able to do. But I just want to say that it's been an absolutely amazing journey. I want to say thank you to every single person who's allowed us to be a part of it. And it's been fun the last 2.5 years to get 2,000 people broke into med device sales. And we can't wait for the next 2,000 people we help. Today's episode is going to be extremely helpful to you all. And I can't wait to get into this episode. Welcome back to New to Medical Device Sales. I am your host, Jacob McLaughlin, and I am absolutely hyped up today. So excited to be coming to you guys after being in Tampa doing our New to Medical Device Sales meetup, and really excited after just announcing on LinkedIn, announcing to the world that we've officially now helped over 2,000 people break into medical device sales. And now it's not only are we breaking them into medical device sales, it used to be our old numbers when we were running them were 8.2 weeks at $94,478. Our new numbers that we just ran in 2024 is our average person is now breaking in 8.5 weeks, but they're now coming in at $105,502. So now I am so proud to say that we've been able to help over 2,000 people. And in 2024, our average person is breaking in about 2 months at over 6 figures. And that's one thing I just want to say thank you to everyone who's allowed us to be a part of their journey. And you'll just be able to see that we've been able to continue to show all the video testimonies. We've been able to do this time and time again, have the people on the podcast that you guys get to watch for free, that we continue to help people break in at now over 6 figures. And we're no longer a course that's just trying to help you break into med device sales. We are the course that gets you in at over 6 figures on average. And it's so exciting. Even today, right now, he's going to be on the podcast here in the future. But why I'm recording this, literally just got the message. One of our guys, Garrett, he has an associate degree, and we just got him hired at $108,000. So it's the absolute best. It's what I absolutely love to do, is changing people's lives, and not only changing their lives, but changing your lives by just being able to help get you more value. And so what I wanted to go over today, what I've learned after helping over 2,000 people break into medical device sales. And so what I wanted to make this podcast for is just continue guys to give you value. And I want to continue to make sure that you guys get what you need, and then also help you guys continue to grow as people in this career and where you guys can go for that. So really just starting out what I've learned after helping over 2,000 people break into medical device sales. Number one is most people say they want it when they really don't want it. And what I mean by that is, guys, I've gotten on thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of phone calls. And literally even just yesterday, I get on a call with somebody who applied to our course, literally says they're making good money. They rescheduled on us, but they said that they knew about it. They told us that they had talked with all their family, did all this stuff. They were all in, ready to go, do all this stuff. And then when it comes time to actually do it, 18 excuses. And the reason I'm sitting here telling you, it's literally the same thing I say to you all now. Everybody watches these podcasts and they all say the same thing. I'm going to break in. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do blah, 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 blah. And most people won't do it. Everybody, you'll hear from me again. You'll hear from me again. I'll just sit here and tell you guys, out of the 1,000 people that tell me, I've heard from one person that actually told me that I was going to hear from them, because most people don't follow through and don't say it. They're all talk. And it's no different than in life, but it also in med device sales. Everyone says they're going to be a great rep. Everyone says, but guess what? I always say this to our team, say this to our program. Hey, there's only 10 top 10 performers on every team, right? I'm very fortunate. I've only been a top 10 performer every place I've been. And so again, you can say what you want, but until you actually go, you prove it and you do it, like, talk is cheap. And that's what I'll sit here and tell you guys is the number one thing I've learned working with over 2,000 people, helping them break in, is think about the 2,000 people I've actually helped. It's literally been thousands and thousands and close to the 50,000+ mark of people saying that they're going to do stuff. And the reality of it is they won't do what they say. They won't do what they tell you they're going to do. And so I would just sit here and tell you the number one thing that I can give you guys advice for is do what you say you're going to do. Because again, going back to why is this important? You guys get on calls with reps, you get on calls with managers, and then you all say you're going to do stuff and then you don't do it. And then guess what? That person's never going to hire you because you already showed that you can't keep your word. Because the thing I just want to have you guys think about is the only thing you ever have is your word. And the moment you break that, you've lost all trust from everything. So just want you guys to think about it that way. Number one is that most people just don't keep their word. Number two is most people are just lazy. Like I can even just tell you, like I was just talking to our team, I have somebody in the program right now where we do 5 calls a week. They're like, oh, well, I can't make this call and I want all this stuff. And it's like, you're the one who said you want this. You said you're willing to do whatever it takes to get it. You're willing to sacrifice. Then when it's time to actually sacrifice, you're like, well, I don't want to give up my Saturday morning. And it's like, well, too bad, so sad, sunshine. Because the thing I say this to everybody is it's not forever, right? All of you guys watching this and you guys and girls watching these videos and listening to these podcasts is like, you all want to break into med device sales. But again, it takes time and you can't be lazy. You have to put in the work and just understand it's not forever, right? You doing stuff, you grinding for 3, 6, 9 weeks, it's not forever, but it is a short-term thing. And there have to be sacrifices that come from it. And so that's what I can just sit here and tell you is most people are just lazy and they want things given to them. And that's when I can sit here and tell you most people won't be successful. And just so you know, that person in our course, we make it very, very clear that it's like, hey, this is what you came for. We told you about this before and now time to do it, right? It's like just going back to what I always had. I just had that call, like I said, with a guy yesterday and he's like, wow, you're really good at what you do and all this stuff. And it's like, you're great at sales. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just direct with you all. Right. And it goes back to why we've been able to have so much success, why I had so much success in med device sales is I just was direct with people. I just told them, right? Like the reason I got deals done is because when somebody lied to me, I didn't just say, yes, okay, yes, sounds good, because I was afraid to bring up confrontation. I'd be like, hey, that's actually not true. You said ABC. And then if they were like, no, I didn't, I'd just pull up the messages where they said it. And I'd be like, because again, we teach you guys how to document everything. And it's like, it's here, you said it this day and this day. And they'd be like, oh, right. And it's just being able to keeping your word. So the one thing I would just sit here and tell you is just, I will always be direct with you guys because I want you all to have success. That's why we've been able to help 2,000 people break in. Is just, I'm not going to just tell you guys a bunch of fluff that you want to hear. It's like literally today, we just had a guy join our program 2 weeks ago and he's in 3 interview processes. Why? Because when he first got in, he was doing stuff wrong. I said, stop doing A, B, C, D, do A, B, C. And guess what? Now he's in 3 interview process. We just got a guy hired at over 6 figures from an associate degree, right? Most people say, no, that's impossible. You have to have a 4-year degree. We were able to show it again that you don't need to do it. Why? Because he took the coaching. I was very direct with him. I said, hey, you're doing ABC. If you want to be hired at over 6 figures with no degree and all this stuff, you got to do ABCD. And he went, executed, got the job. So that's what I'll just sit here and tell you guys is that. Now, number 3 is what I can sit here and tell you guys for med device sales of just like what I've learned and helping over 2,000 people break into it is that most people like the idea, but they don't like the actual doing the work. And going back to a little bit what I just said is like everyone wants to make 6 figures. Everybody wants to drive a car that's paid for and have their gas paid for and be able to take trips for free and do all this stuff and work with surgeons. But it's like that actually requires work, right? So that's what I would sit here and tell you is like you have to do the work if you want to be successful in this industry. And then lastly, what I want to just kind of end with on this piece, and then I'm going to go into some technical stuff that can help you guys, is most people have just too big of an ego. And what I mean by that is too many people will be like we've talked about this. We've had people who said they would rather take 8 months, do it all on their own, and then come in at 55K just so they could go tell people they did it on their own and came in at 55K. And then like our people who we get, who like we just got hired, delaying in 3 weeks, $125,000. Like the reason I'm sitting here telling you that is I see it every single day is we get to watch people who have all this ego who are like, no, I'm better than this. And the reality of it is I always just tell people, a lot of people think they're just better than they actually are, right? And now here's the thing, you have to have confidence when you come in this industry, but most people think they're actually better than they are. They haven't got an interview. They haven't got that. They come in here and they're like, oh, I've only been trying for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. And it's like, well, we got our average person hired in 2 months, right? And it's just because they want to have some ego to it. And again, guys, this is where I just say it, do your thing. It doesn't hurt us, but I'm just sitting here telling you, it's the reason I'm having this conversation with you is it doesn't change once you're inside the industry. I watch reps who are like, oh, I'm going to do it on my own. I'm doing this. And welcome to why they've been in for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and never made $150,000 because of their ego, because they feel like they know everything instead of, hey, maybe I don't know everything. Maybe I'm going to go ask for help. Again, the only reason I'm where I'm at today is literally I'm just always asking for help. I still have mentors. I go ask for help. I know I don't know everything because it's impossible for you to know everything. Now, here's the one thing. I know how to break people in med device sales, so I will go and die on that hill. I know that one very well. But the other stuff, right? Like other things that I don't know it. So I'm going to go and ask for help. And so that's what I'll just sit here and tell you. Why I'm saying this is because many of you guys are doing that. And then that's what's holding you back. And it's the reason you can't break in. And it's the reason why I just had somebody reach out and they're like, hey, it took me 9 months, but I came in at $60,000. Just want to let you know. And it's like, I always will tell them, congratulations, that's amazing. I hope you're the best. But then it's like, we look at our numbers and our average person doesn't even come in under 105K. Okay, so you just did it for 8 months. You did it for 6 months extra for $40,000 less than our average person does. And so that's what I want you guys to really just hear is don't let your ego hold you back, because I watch it and I always sit here and say, and the last thing I would say it to this, is I always talk to you guys, and I've done it, right? Is the rich person, poor person, right? A poor person will never spend $1,000 because it's too much money. A rich person will happily pay $10,000 if they can make $10,000. A poor person will always ask how much. A rich person asks, well, what's my return, right? Emotional, logical. And I sit here and tell you guys this because every single day I get to be on calls with people who make under $100,000. And then they stay in the poor person mindset. Well, I don't want to do this because what if it doesn't work for me? Or I don't want to do this because what if I don't get what I might think I will? Or what if I'm the one person it doesn't work for? Or whatever excuse you want to say. Oh, I don't have the money. And like I always say, the money's never the problem, because again, I always make the joke. If I brought a Lamborghini, told you it was $5,000, know what I can guarantee you every single human being watching this would find? $5,000, right? So it's just us being able to sit here and tell you guys, like literally watching people stay there, stay stuck. It always comes down to ego, or they're scared, or whatever it is. But a lot of times it's back to, I want to do it all on my own. And like, again, what I'll just sit here and tell you guys is why we've done everything, why I've documented the whole journey, why you guys even watch this is because you don't have to do it on your own, right? So we put all the free podcasts. Now, you guys are all wondering, Jacob, okay, great. We heard that, all the stuff, which you just let go over your head. Now it's, tell me exactly what to do. All right, let me make your life easy, because we've said it about 1,000 times, but we'll make it. And just so you guys know, I will tell you this, most of you guys won't even do it. And if you do it, you probably do it the wrong way. And so I just want you guys to know, I want to actually help you. So hear me when I say this, is you guys have to come in and you have to put in the work. All right. So when I tell you this, don't think about, oh, what can I do the bare minimum to get the results? It's what can I do to maximize this? I had this whole conversation with our people is, number one, prepared. Are you prepared? Are you prepared with people you're getting on calls with? Are you prepared with people you're reaching out to? Are you prepared to have a conversation? Because I always laugh when I had somebody tell me, oh my gosh, this person caught me off guard. They called me and I didn't know what to do. And I'm like, wait, how'd they have your number? And you're like, well, I messaged them. And I'm like, wait, so you sent them a message, added your phone number, and now you were 0% prepared for any call from them? Yeah, I guess. And it's like, okay, it's pretty simple. Like, hey, you could have had at least a couple questions that we always talk about what questions can you have, but a couple questions you can always have is like, hey, I've never talked to somebody in your division before. Can you tell me a little bit of what your day-to-day looks like? Hey, you're in med device sales. What made you want to break into med device sales? What was your journey like? Guess what? They're going to literally tell you everything that you guys are wanting to know. Then they're actually going to relate themselves back to where you are. So then it's that. Then it's like getting on calls with reps and managers. Again, all you people are getting on calls and just being like, oh, can you just tell me about this job? Or can you help me just break in? Or can you tell me about what you do? And then you guys aren't prepared. These managers and these reps are like, oh my gosh, another person who's just trying to waste my time. Instead, if you actually did a little bit of research, again, just so you guys know, I sent out lots of messages and I would have someone call me because I sent out so many messages. While I'm on the phone with them, I would put them on speaker. I would look them up on LinkedIn on my phone. I would find what company they were at, and then I'd be able to tailor my conversation to that. Or I could be like, oh, they worked here. Again, I got on so many phone calls. Of course, I didn't know every single person who just randomly called me, but it was because I came prepared. I had a couple questions I know I could always use. And then when they did call me, I was like, okay, let me look it up. Let me see the person. And then I would go off that. And then I'd be taking notes. So that's something that you guys can do right away is you can prepare. Because most people don't prepare. They don't come with notes. They don't come prepped. They send a message out and they're like surprised that somebody called them back and then they have nothing ready, right? It always goes what we talk about in our program. You don't got to get ready if you stay ready, right? So that's what I would just continue to tell you all is just make sure that you're always prepared, right? Number 2, it always is going to come into it. You guys are going to hear us say it a million times. It's going to be network. But many times, what I hear is, hey, can I pick your brain? Hey, can I just send you a message? Hey, can you tell me about what you do? Instead of actually getting to know about the person. I said this at the meetup. The biggest thing that most people struggle with is they're just selfish. You're all seeing what you can get from them. Instead of what can you learn from them? What can you get on a call? Can you actually just ask about them? Can you get them talking about themselves? And then be able to just be like, that's amazing. And maybe even have a conversation. Maybe you guys like the same football team. Maybe you come from the same area. Like just have a conversation compared to many of you are all trying to figure it out and then like ask them certain loaded questions. And then they know that. So I would just continue to say, come prepared. Then you're going to go into networking, right? That's going to be a massive piece of this. But again, making sure that you're networking in a way that you're actually going to be likable, that people like you. And then you need to follow up with them. But then everybody does this wrong because then they're sending a follow-up message. And then I've literally had people tell me, I'm like, what'd you send in your follow-up message? And I just said, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, would you reply to that? And they're like, no way. And I'm like, right? So it's just like you guys got to think about what's your response? What's the purpose of you doing this? So many people I talk to are just like, they'll hear our podcast and they're checking off a box, check off a box. But it's like, for example, if I'm following up, well, what's a thing I could do if I follow up? Well, I talk to somebody that they knew and then I could name drop that person. Or, like that person told me they liked golf and I follow back up and I say, hey, were you able to play any golf this last week? Just got a round in, whatever it is, right? You guys can see where it goes. But it's just making sure that you're not just texting just to say, hi, how are you doing? Because that's not going to help them. They're not going to be really wanting to help you guys if that's the case. And the big thing I can always say to the networking piece is you just want to be able to relate with them. That's what people want, is they just want to be related to. And going back to our people that we get in at over 6 figures, why they come in at over 6 figures is because they're looked at peer to peer. Because they came prepared, they're now having great conversations and they're looked at peer to peer instead of them asking, so what do you sell? And then these reps are like, okay, I'm here, this person's down here, compared to if you have a conversation, already know what they sell, know the competitors, had conversations with other people on the team, you can see where that progresses, right? And then one of the biggest things I always have to tell everybody that I talk to, right, is that you need to understand that you need to do the job to get the job. And what does that mean? You guys need to understand what the job duties are. You need to understand that you need to be able to cold call, that you need to be able to prospect, that you need to be able to follow up, that you need to be able to come prepared, that you need to be able to put a business plan together, that you need to be able to, like your 30, 60, 90 day plan, which we have a free one on our website that you guys can go get. But here's the all other conversation is like, I say this to our team and I say this to people inside of our program all the time. We can literally give you the game plan, but here's what people miss. I can have you play a bunch of notes, doesn't mean you make music. What makes music? When you use the notes in the exact situation that you're supposed to, right? So I just hope that helps. But guys, I just want you to know, like when I say this, it's because we just do this. Literally, you can go check and see that we've helped over 2,000 people. You literally can go to our testimonials and you'll see that we do it. And I just want you guys to know how thankful I am to have you guys watch us and listen to us. And I want to just let you guys know, I see you guys and I know how hard it is to be you guys because I was there. But also just even now, I'll sit here and tell you it's tough. Like we literally have competitors stealing our exact stats off our website and then posting them as us. And then they're like, oh, we literally had a guy, he posted that he got in 8.2 weeks. And now he's gotten 1,800 people hired and he did it with $94,478 that he got the average. Literally stole all of our stats and he's got 3 testimonial videos. Somehow we have hundreds. Right. And it's like the reason I'm just sitting here and I'm saying that is like we also know about another person who literally called one of our students and then they talked to our course members and literally was like, I watched Jacob McLaughlin. I've watched all of his stuff. I want to copy everything he does. What does he do? And he's calling them. And then again, he hasn't helped anybody. He's making all these false promises. And I'm just going to sit here and tell you guys, I sympathize with all of you when in your spot because number one, I was where you're at. But number two, it is really confusing because there are a lot of programs because again, I will always sit here and tell you guys, I didn't create courses. I didn't create med device sales, but I did create med device sale courses because we are the first one. It's the reason we pop up. It's why we do it. It's why we have so many testimonials. And now you see everyone who literally just comes, they find us, they copy all of our stuff and they literally don't even try to hide it anymore. And I'll sit here and tell you, it is super sad for me to watch like people do it. I love competition. Let me just sit here and tell you, I'm a very competitive human being if you guys haven't met me. So I do love competition, but it's literally hysterical that people won't even try to hide that they're trying to lie to you all, that they're cheating, that they're doing all this stuff and they don't even try to hide it, which is just unfortunate. But that's why I just want you guys to know I sympathize with all of you. And also just a shout out to all of our competitors. Hello, it's great to see you because we also know they watch everything that we post. So it's awesome. It's fun because we know they're also going to just go post it and try to copy us in everything we do. So it's great. I always tell our team, hey, losers focus on winners, winners focus on winning. We keep doing this. But I want you guys to know I sympathize with all you because it is tough. I'm never going to say my course is the course for you guys. I'm never going to say the program is for you because you guys might not like how I talk or how I coach, and that's okay. But I do want you guys to know I sympathize with you, and I would just sit here and tell you guys, if you are looking to get that help because you are motivated, just make sure the person actually has done it and actually been able to help other people. Because I see this all the time with people who be like, I got 10 years experience. And it's like, yeah, but how many people have you actually helped? Let me make this clear for you. Because guess what? There's a lot of people that are in the NFL that ran a 4.440 and they can't teach you how to run a 4.440. There's people that were athletes, that were God-given athletes, and guess what? They suck as coaches. There's programs out there that have said that they've helped over 4,000 people, and they got under 10 testimonial videos. There's people who say they do this all the time. They have no testimonial videos. Like, I'll just sit here and tell you why we do the testimonial videos is because it's just proof. And guess what? People like it so much, actually believe in it. They'll be sitting in a rocking chair or sitting at their house or in their car or whatever it is and send us a video. We're not making them go to a studio or do anything. And so I would just sit here and tell you guys, to anybody that is actually considering a program, is just continue to focus on what's the results. And that's what I just want you guys to know from us with helping over 2,000 people now. Now our average person comes in at over $105,000 is all I've done is document the whole journey for you guys and just continue to show it to you all. I continue to do this because I just want to help you. I hope you all know I don't need $1 from you, don't want $1 from you. The only reason I continue to do this is because, again, getting the text from someone who literally wasn't making half the money that they're about to go make when they had an associate's degree is the best. Watching people that literally weren't ever even considered a med device interview, and now they've been in our program and they've got 3 interviews. It's the freaking best. And I just want you guys to know is like, we aren't only here to help you break into med device sales, but we are here to help truly change your life. And I just want you guys to know we will continue to do that mission. And just so you know, last thing I'll always end in is like, we do have a mission. We do have values because we're always doing it. We have a mission statement. My goal is not to only help you break into medical device sales, but it's also to positively impact others, because I'll always say it. Because if I teach you how to positively impact others, you're going to come in, you're going to worry about the patient on the table, which is the most important person you're going to see. And then if we do that correctly and you do it the right way, you're going to make a big difference and you're probably going to hit quota. And then when you hit quota, you're going to make a lot of money. And when you make a lot of money, you can go bless yourself and your family. And then when you make a lot of money and you blessed yourself and your family already, then you can go bless others. And it's a thing that just continues to keep on giving. And I just want you guys to know, we've done it, and probably in 3 to 6 months, somebody will have the exact same mission statement as us. But the reason I'm just telling you is we continue to do this, and I will never stop continuing to try to help people, because I want you all to have the most success, and it's why I continue to put all this free content out here, is because I want you guys to actually have success. I want you to break in at 6 figures. I want you to be able to break into med device sales, and I want you all to know it's possible. Because as I sit here and get to announce to you guys, our average person comes in at over 6 figures, and we are able to break our people in and get them in med device sales with no previous experience. It's surreal thinking 5 years ago, I was a personal trainer. 6 years ago, I was putting peanut butter back. And then got into med device sales, which truly changed my life. And the first 3 years of all this was me just getting on calls for free with people and me just posting YouTube videos and podcasts for free, because I never needed $1 and never wanted $1 and never thought it would actually turn into what it has today. So I just hope you all know that I truly just want to help you. If you guys are really interested in breaking in med device sales, you can click the link below and we can teach you guys and help you guys get in at over 6 figures. Would love to have a conversation with you all, but if you can, press that like and subscribe button. A 5-star review helps us grow this channel. And I just want you guys all to know I will continue to be on our mission to help you all break in, continue to give you great resources and give you value and actually do what we say we're going to do. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.